Hey Pisces, this reading is for the Pisces collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node. Hey, before I even say anything, they coming out for you. Okay. Because honestly, I was going to do my Sun, Moon, and Rising first, but Spirit told me to do Pisces, so do what I want until the Most High and Spirit says yay or nay. Then I must be obedient or whatever. You know, they know I'm playing. I am so playing. Not or whatever. I will be obedient. Okay? It gets real strict around here when it comes to spiritual obedience. So you guys are up next. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. Past and present energy. Okay. This is where we'll start. So you have the Knight of Wands coming out, crossing, Two of Pentacles, upright, Three of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and the Magician, all in the reverse. Then over here, you have the Ace of Swords on top of the Star card, both in the upright. Okay. Right off the bat, what I'm getting off of this is, bad habits. I don't know, like I'm getting a thing of like partying, indulging in under the influence kind of substances, whatever that may be for you. I'm hearing hanging with the wrong crowd. And this Knight of Wands is giving me, like, the way it's crossing is giving me, like, it was fun, but it's not doing it for you anymore. And this Knight of Swords and Magician, when I just picked that up, I heard, come on, like, you killing the vibe. So there could be some peer pressure to continue with a certain lifestyle that is just not, it's not doing it for you anymore. It's not yielding the same satisfaction that it did in the past. Yeah, and then you have this Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So people that are working against you, and the Magician in the reverse is both giving me the energy of people working against your highest good, and maybe they're not doing it with the thought of, yeah, let me sabotage what they got going on, or I want their life to fall apart. They may not, some of them may, you know. However, there's some people who's not doing it intentionally. They are just in that place where it's still doing something for them, and so they just don't want to be alone in it. Because then if they're doing it by themselves, now they feel inadvertently judged. Like, if you're to go and start working out and dieting and eating right and you know, refraining from being under the influence, how does that make me look? Because I want to keep doing it. So if you start to grow and mature out of this you know, way of life, where does that leave me? How does that make me look? And so that's what I'm getting off of. Like, that's like someone else's energy towards you. So it may not necessarily be about you. It's about them, but they're projecting that onto you. However, over here, I'm getting, you have an idea. You have an idea. I'm hearing a great mind. Great mind going to waste is what I'm hearing. You have an idea that will bring you the satisfaction that you were trying to get out of the low vibrational lifestyle habits, people, places, or things, whatever, that you were around. And it will actually bring the real satisfaction that doesn't wear off after a couple of hours or after a day, or when you wake up the next day you don't feel good because of whatever you indulged in. Like, it's that, I'm hearing the gift that keeps on giving. Like, you wake up feeling good because of it. You have something to look forward to. Okay, give me more. Okay. Oh, Five of Swords in reverse. Clarify the Five of Swords in reverse. Clarify the Five. So we got this Ten of Cups. Why does it feel like two cards? And we have this Page of Wands in the reverse on top of the Five of Wands in the reverse. So yeah, that's, for me, that's just really like rehashing the fact of people, places, and things that you have an emotional connection with, history with, that you love or have a special place in your heart. I'm hearing like, it helped me out of a dark place in the past. So this could even be a habit that you did to kind of numb yourself from whatever it was that you were going through in the past, or whatever you faced and dealt with. And this Page of Wands in the reverse. I mean, and it's not reverse, it's crossing. That's different. Like, for me, crossing cards is like in between energy. Is like, it's not quite this, but it's not quite that. Or it's like crossroads kind of energy, depending on the card, the surrounding cards. But for me, this is like, these plans, whatever it is, this idea, it can be successful. It absolutely can be successful. However, if you continue to indulge in the things that you know are not for you, yeah, it's not going to work out. It's not gonna work out. What else relevant energy for the Pisces collective? So you have the Seven of Wands, the Devil in reverse, and the Hierophant. Not the Hierophant, the High Priest, the High Priestess. The fact that I said the Hierophant, my eyes definitely work. That's telling me like, getting is a dream. I'm hearing a dream, like spirit sending a dream, or a passed on loved one coming to you in a dream and saying something to you that kind of started the domino effect. Like, it got you to start thinking. Something shook you. So maybe it could have been a dream, or maybe it could have been, I'm hearing for some of you, it could have been like something you heard that wasn't directed at you. Maybe it was like a message, because spirit comes to you in different ways. So it could have been on the TV, something felt like it was speaking to you, or it could have been a conversation you overheard that wasn't about you, had nothing to do with you, but it spoke to you. And for some of you, it's a dream. So basically, spirit's been reaching out to you. No, it's not a coincidence. But it got you to start thinking, like, Here, for some of you, it was a post on social media, or a video on social media that got you to start thinking. Spirit is reaching out to you, and this high priestess is telling me that your spirit, your soul, knows that it's time to let go of these maybe it may be codependent relationships. It may be you know, like I said, I'm getting very heavy energy of habits, like under the influence. Habits are very emphasized in this energy. Overindulging. I just heard moderation. So, like, nobody's saying go cold turkey, but start scaling back little by little. Like, you know, weaning yourself off of what it is that you are indulging in. Grounding yourself. Start with this 7 of Wands is giving me, like, for some reason, when I say ground yourself, what popped in my head is like literally going into like a park or like a earthy area where there's like dirt and soil, not man-made. I'm talking about, you know, Mother Earth, and actually putting your feet to the soil, like finding new habits and maybe, you know, and finding new habits, maybe meditation. Habits that connect you to your soul and to the earth. I'm hearing for some of you juicing. I don't know why I just heard high blood pressure. So maybe these habits, it could be eating. You're eating. Because I believe I said earlier something about diet. It could be your eating habits that are starting to show in your health. So juicing could be a great way to find a new habit that you can experiment with. You can play around with it, you know, try different things, and it actually help you get towards a better way of life for yourself. Okay. What I do, because we're going to come back to this. Clarify this Star and Ace of Swords. Clarify the Star and the Ace of Swords, please and thank you, Spirit. Clarify the Star and the Ace of Swords. I'm not going to take it. I want to. He said, you gonna take it. Okay. Okay. Got you. Heard you. Like, so aggressive. Okay. So, that is so funny. So, you got the 4 of Swords, the 2 of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the 6 of Wands, and the upright. And then in the reverse, you have the Ace of Cups and you have the Lovers. And funny enough, the Six of Wands, which is the card of like success and like dreams coming true, celebration of accomplishments, it's in between the two cards that's in reverse, which is the Lovers and the Ace of Cups. The Lovers can also signify a decision. So what this is saying to me is that let's start over here. So this Six of Wands and between the Lovers and the Ace of Cups, it's telling me, it's like, so it's saying to me like, I'm hearing you're only as good as your weakest link. And you have people in the physical and spiritual energies, in the physical and spiritual, that care about you and want to see you, you know, at your best. And you can't help nobody that don't want to be helped. I'm hearing you could take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You have to make these decisions because success is in your future, but it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed no matter what you do. Like, you have to put in the footwork. You have to make the decision to do better. Like this Two of Cups and this Four of Swords next to each other. What it's saying to me is like, yeah, there's people that want to help you, and you have like resources that you can reach out to, mere organizations, and also, you know, a support system, no matter how small. It may just be one person. That's still something. That you can lean on. However, you got to do the healing work. Four of Swords is my card of healing. It's like depression. So I'm getting like a lot of these habits and this lifestyle was born out of depression and sadness and maybe childhood wounds, maybe regrets. But you have to actually go forth. And it's like this Knight of Swords, what it's saying to me is like, it's time to get up and go. Like, Knight of Swords is a fast moving energy. What it's saying, what is like, I don't know, like, it's like, what I'm seeing is like, it seems like the motorcycle is up and it's moving, and he's like, if he don't buzz a move and get going, he's gonna miss out on it. Like, I heard it's a saying coming to me where it was like, they say, people like to say, you know, oh, what's for me will never miss me, you know, but so let's say you run, the bus that you need to take to wherever you're going is at the bus stop. Granted, if you miss the bus, then maybe it really wasn't for you. However, if you don't try, you need to run. Like, it's already at the bus stop. Run, get there. Now, if you ran and you ran your fastest and you tried your hardest to get there and it still take off, then it wasn't for you. But if you don't actually give it your all, you can't say, oh, it just wasn't meant. No, you let the opportunity pass you by. Like, time waits for no one. And at the same time, it's like, God made us in his image. And so if somebody was sitting there just, you know, real nonchalant and lackadaisical, and I'll get there when I feel like it, opportunity after opportunity that you were presenting to them, would you keep on presenting it? Or, you know, would you just keep it there until they, you know, feel like getting up and getting to it? No, eventually you're going to go about your business and go put your focus on the people who actually want to put in the work. So, yeah. And that was a clarification for these two. So, yeah. You have an idea, or you have the knowledge. You know what, I'm hearing plan, like strategic plan. You know what needs to be done. But you're holding yourself back at this point and not making the appropriate moves. It's like a hesitation. It's like you want to, but it's like anxiety. Like, yeah. Okay. Let's get some advice for the Pisces collective. Advice for the Pisces collective. Okay. You got Three of Swords, Five of Cups, both in the upright, and you have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So the advice is that there's some healing that needs to be done. Like, you know, like I always say, it is okay to not be okay. This Five of Pentacles is telling me, but don't stay there. I just heard you could do it on the way. So, like, you can start taking baby steps while asking yourself the questions that you need to ask yourself in order to get to the real truths of the matter. Because a lot of the things that we go through and we deal with in the present didn't start in the present. It has a long history of how it evolved into where you are. And so you need to start asking yourself these questions of, how did I get here? When did this first start? You know, things like that. But no regrets. I'm hearing if you would have known better, you would have done better. Forgive yourself is another thing. Like, forgive yourself. On the bottom of the card, on the bottom of the deck is the Chariot in reverse. Like, you can't move forward until you forgive yourself, because you'll be not even really believing that you deserve to live a better lifestyle. I'm hearing like all the things that I've done. You gotta forgive yourself before you can move forward, and maybe make amends. There may be things that you have done to other people that you have regret for, and whether they, you know, accept it or not, whether they reconcile or not, maybe, you know, atoning for those misdeeds, you know, so that you can let go of the regrets and things that you feel. You know, let's be clear. The best apology is changed behavior. So don't even step to people if you're not gonna change whatever it is that you apologizing for, you know, or be different than whoever you was that made you have to even apologize in the first place. You know what I mean? So that's definitely something to think about. I'll get one more piece of advice. One more piece of advice for Pisces Collective before we move on to the Oracle. Please and thank you, Spirit. One more piece of advice. Ooh. You got the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Pentacles all in the reverse. But on the bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Cups, new beginnings. And so, it's funny because I was just saying, like, who you've been in the past. Okay, it's making sense. Making sense, like, I'm hearing greed, jealousy, dealing with people based on what they could do for you. There's just a harshness, like a coldness, overall energy that it's time to walk away from. Who you've been in the past is not who you will be able to be if you want to get to this Star card energy, this Six of Wands energy. It's not, who you've been in the past is just not going to cut it. And it's not going to get you where you're trying to go. Like, I'm hearing who I was wouldn't have gotten me where I am. And who I am is not going to get me where I'm going. So there needs to be a constant evolution. And nobody is saying overnight is, I mean, it's going to take years. However, if you never take the first step, it will never happen. So you don't got to admit it to nobody but yourself. Like, you have to look yourself in the mirror and say who you've been, the things that you've done, the thoughts that you've had in private, who you've been when you felt like nobody was looking. These are the things that you need to face yourself on and admit to yourself that this is what, because you can't fix a problem until you admit it is a problem. So, yeah. if you truly want to live the life that God has destined for you, it's time to not only let go of the habits and the people that keep you bound to those habits, but it's also time to become a different person than who you've been in the past, because it's not going to get you where you're going. So, okay. This is a judgment-free zone now. So, no judgment. We all have a journey. We all have a story. The craziest thing happened yesterday when I was doing the Pisces collective reading. And it tied into the reading. And I channeled a few messages from that whole mishap. So my camera died. Mind you, when I started recording, I had a full battery. Granted, I did Aquarius reading before that. However, it wasn't dying. Like, it would show a message before it died. And a few minutes before it died, Spirit told me to start the oracle cards, like wrap up the reading. And when I got the message, I said, I'm gonna just do one more, like get one more advice, piece of advice for the reading. And a few minutes later it died. So what that and it's funny because I started off that reading talking about how I'm so strict about spiritual obedience and this and that. And then I turned around and did the complete opposite of what I said I was about. There's a saying that goes, a man who cannot follow his own direction cannot lead. And one thing about it is, like, before I do these readings, I smudged, my home. I, pray, cleanse, do all of that stuff. And one of the things I asked for is to allow every message that needs to be shared with the people that I'm supposed to reach to come through however, Spirit sees fit for it to come through. And so that ties into what the whole overall message was about yesterday. Like, you are going to need spiritual discipline in order to achieve your goals or obtain a better way of life for yourself. And it doesn't matter like who you adhere to. If you're atheist, that's not for me to even have no opinion on. You got a gut feeling. Everybody got a gut feeling. So, I mean, if you don't at least in the very least feel like you have a soul, you might be on the wrong channel, babe. Because, this really would apply to, the soul. Your soul knows what you came here to do, and your soul is going to guide you correctly every time, whether it makes sense, whether it's scary, whether it don't make sense, what have you. You're going to need to listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, and follow it no matter what. So, told myself I was going to make sure today, regardless, I was going to get y'all oracle message, and I'm going to get this video uploaded tonight before I go to bed. So, Spirit, please give the Pisces Collective one oracle card that correlates with the reading and the messages that was shared yesterday. Please and thank you. said one perfectly flew out. Thank you. Okay. The blue flame. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. This is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Perhaps you're going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. In the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening, and it can feel very scary when we're going through it alone. Elsewhere, they can be seen as auspicious experiences, with those going through them being treated with tender care. The blue beings are thought to be activating beings with great potential for healing and upgrading our cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical kundalini awakening and deep cellular and DNA healing. Many people glamorize the awakening process. However, in reality, it's much messier and more difficult than most of us believe. We must first let go of what we think we know for sure and how we make sense of the world. This isn't easy. The awakening process, even when it's spontaneous, takes a considerable amount of time to integrate, and awakening without integration can leave us feeling very ungrounded. If you're in the midst of an awakening, the process never ends. Treat this time as deeply sacred and give yourself ample space to ground and integrate the extreme changes you're going through. Starseed activation mantra. I allow myself to surrender to the awakening process that's right for me. I take things slowly and integrate my experience each and every day. That is such a perfect piece of advice or guidance for the reading that was done. Thank you so much, Spirit, for that. I'm actually excited for you, Pisces. I mean, it's not going to look pretty. It's not going to look pretty. But you might find yourself sliding down a wall crying at some point. But what is on the other side is more than beautiful. That doesn't even give it justice to what is waiting for you, and I'm so excited for you and wishing you all the best on your journey. Until next time.